Hump day. It's hump day. It's Wednesday.
Oh, no. Cutting out already.
That's not the way to start the show.
Not the way to start the show. Not the way to start it live.
Not at all. But it is Wednesday. It's still hump day. We're going to keep it going. Me and Steve. It's Wednesday. Daily Dingers. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Giving out winners. Monday, we did not. We gave out losers. I saw you eat lunch by yourself. You're a loser.
Losers on Monday. That was bad. Monday was humbling to say the least. I did not win a bet. 0-3 on Monday. How'd you do Monday? 1-3?
1-2.
1-2. Yeah.
Yeah, the Marlins. The only one I hit was the Marlins under, team total under. And that was it. Everything was pretty much shit.
At least you got a W though.
I did, yeah, which isn't bad. So
I'm just pissed at myself because if you go back, you can watch the video. I got the receipts. I said we went with the under on Padres and Tigers, and I'm pissed because I said, yeah, I kind of like the Tigers tonight, fading the Padres coming off Sunday Night Baseball, and I didn't do it because I had no balls on Monday, and the Tigers won like 12-4. So
yeah. You got to have balls on Monday, too. That's the thing. It's a hard day to, set your nuts on the table, but that's the day you got to do it.
But and Monday, if you listen to this, Monday, so Tigers beat the Padres, the Diamondbacks beat the Giants, and then the plus 265 Nationals beat the Dodgers.
Yeah.
If you parlayed that, you're a rich man on Tuesday.
That's big risk energy. You know what I mean?
That is big risk energy. Get that shirt at parlayfriday.com. It's parlayfriday.com. It's it. Yeah. So yeah, dude, we should talk some trade deadline. We're heating up here. The hot stove is hot right now.
Yeah. Well, I got my my little drinky poo here, so I'm good to go. First thing I was going to talk about was Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras. They, had like this big romantic hug after the game yesterday that they won because they're inevitably going to be traded to another team, which is good. There's a lot of Cubs fans who are like, oh, I hate to see it. I hate being a fan. Bro, you can't hang on to nostalgia. You can't hang on to something that happened 6 years ago. You can't hang on to these players that are doing nothing for your team. And I mean, what's the point of it? You're not gaining anything more. You got to get rid of them. The nostalgia's over. You need to rebuild. You need to tear it down. You can't build around these two guys. There's way too many other gaping holes. And then Wilson's going to want to get paid. So get rid of them. Let the nostalgia go. And you have to go back to square one. It is what it is. And I just hate when Cubs fans are just like, oh, I hate to see him go. Why? That was 6 years ago. Ian Happ wasn't even on the team. Some people are so stupid, they thought that he was a part of the championship team. Ian Happ didn't get there to 2017. They're like, oh, the 2016. That was Contreras. Also, did you forget about Kyle Hendricks and Jason Hayward, who are still on the team?
Who shouldn't be on the team?
Who shouldn't be. Yeah. So the nostalgia shit, get rid of it. I'm done with it. You need to, tear it down and move on. I'm done with I miss it. It's not the same team. Baez gone, Rizzo gone, Bryant gone. Got to get rid of them. And we need to rebuild, start a new chapter. That's my rant.
I agree with you. Also, I like
Cubbies.
you feel bad, right? In a way, like not for the fans or anything. You feel bad for like Wilson Contreras and Ian Happ who've been there their whole careers. Mm-hmm. Like all they know is the Cubs. Like they're emotional. But at the same time, they don't want to play for a team that's going to finish in like fourth place in the division, right? Like
in
they're like
shit division,
right? And like Wilson Contreras, in my opinion, although some Mets fans on Twitter will tell me differently, I think Wilson Contreras is the best catcher in baseball. Okay.
Hands down.
That's how I feel. That I don't want to hear about Will Smith and Real Muto. Real Muto hasn't been the best catcher in baseball in 2 years. Shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Look what he does at the plate.
Yeah. So Wilson Contreras is the best catcher in baseball. He's going to get paid, right? But right now he is going to be a very good piece to a team that could make a run for a championship. I.e., yes. I really hope the Mets get him. And
who need help at the catching spot.
They need a catcher. The catching position is terrible. They have two backup catchers. That is a massive problem. It is a gaping hole. Tomas Nido, I don't want to talk too much shit about him because he does play good defense. He throws some guy. He threw a guy out from his knees the other day. Very impressive, but he can't hit. He's hitting 190. His OPS is like 400. That's like an unheard of OPS. He's just hit singles. He's a slow chubby singles hitter. I don't need a slow chubby singles hitter. I already got one.
We already got Alejandro Kirk.
Like I got Guillorme. I already got a chubby singles hitter who's slow. I don't need another one of those. I need Wilson Contreras. Besides the point here, if you're a guy like Contreras, what's a better way to build your value than go to a contender, have a sick last 2 months, a sick playoffs, and then go get paid? Like that.
Absolutely.
Come on, like that's fantastic stuff. Also, on the other front, with Ian Happ is having a really good year, in my opinion. I think he's gonna be a good piece to an outfield somewhere. Yeah. So, like, these guys are going to go play for contenders. The only way to get better is to tear it all down. I'm not cute. Like, you need prospects, obviously, but you need the prospects to pan out. So it's getting them for the right guys. And then on another note, because we're talking trade deadline, every Yankee fan and every reporter is talking about Juan Soto going to. My wife is saying, "Can I speak up? I can't hear you." I think she is being sarcastic, saying that I'm screaming into the microphone. Besides the point here. What I think here is all these reporters and fans are saying they want Juan Soto. They want Juan Soto. Did you watch that game last night? You want to take Jordan Montgomery into a playoff series against the Astros? No. You got to go get Luis Castillo. You got to go get a starter here.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Because if you bring in Soto, you could kiss Judge goodbye.
I'm not a fan of these long-term contracts that most of the time don't pan out, or most of the time you don't even end up finishing out that contract, i.e. Giancarlo Stanton signed 13 years from the Marlins. They ended up moving him to the Yankees. Carl Crawford Jr., I think, had a long contract. Like these long-term Tatis, who knows if that's going to pan out 13 years. These long contracts, although you can say that's what the market value is worth, or that's whatever. I don't care. I would not invest. I think that's a bad investment. I don't care how young they are.
In Judge or Soto?
In anybody.
I would rather. I get what you're saying. The problem with a lot of these contracts, though, is that they start giving them out when they're 30. I mean, Soto's 23.
Yeah, like Pujols. Like Pujols' deal after he left St. Louis and went to the Angels for 10 years and sucked.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, there's been a couple bad ones. But the thing with Soto is that he's 23. But if you gave him 10 years, it takes him to 33.
Mm-hmm.
That's not terrible, because you get his best years. After that, you can kiss him goodbye if you'd like. But at the same time, do you know how much you need to give up for Juan Soto? You're giving up your farm system, and they've said the starting point is the farm system, and they want 2 major league ready players.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Any analytics people, you could tell me, because you guys apparently know everything. You are the end all be all of baseball. The analytics people, tell me, is it worth giving up 7 guys for Juan Soto? Is Juan Soto worth 7 players?
No, nobody is. I don't care who it is. They also said Bobby Bonilla, same thing. I like his because they could defer payments, interest free. Yes, Bobby Bonilla, the king of deferred payments. But no, dude, nobody's worth that much. Nobody. I don't care. Injuries happen, decline in play, whatever it is. Nobody is worth that much, Steve. You know what I mean? I can't think of an analogy, but it's just I would not be willing to do that.
My analogy is
way too much.
I think it's way too much. My analogy is this, and it's not the same sport, but I will bring this up. My analogy is when the Knicks, NBA, I'm not a big NBA guy, as we all know, but when the Knicks went and got Carmelo Anthony, they gave up everything for Carmelo Anthony.
Uh-huh.
And that didn't work out well. Like, I know, like, they went to the playoffs, one time, and they lost in the second round?
You know better than I do.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs one time. They lost in the second round. Other than that, they stunk. They couldn't put a team around them. So you're going to end up, if you trade for Juan Soto, you're going to end up being the Angels. You're going to end up having that stud that you can't build around because you gave up everything else that you could have possibly made a winning team with.
How about this? Someone from TikTok. I would give them any 10 players of their choice from the Reds for Juan Soto.
What?
I would give them any 10 players of their choice from the Reds for Juan Soto. If you're a shit team like the Reds, is that an interesting thing? I mean, do that. Say they have the talent, say they have the value. You give 10 players from a shit team and then you start building around that. Basically, you're the Nationals then again, right? You have a terrible team and now you have one all-star player and it's back to square one. You're just moving from Washington to Cincinnati.
Here's my question. Here's my real question with that. And I'm going to just focus on one player. Who's going to win you more baseball games over the next 10 years if you're the Reds? Hunter Green or Juan Soto?
Right. Well, here's the thing too: is you need to protect him in a lineup, just like in Washington. He had more walks than RBIs and home runs. I mean, at some point during the season, which is ridiculous because they can go ahead and pitch to whoever else, Josh Bell, whoever the house is behind him. They don't have to pitch to him. So if you don't protect him in a lineup, he's worthless. He's a walk machine. He will walk. And that's what you're going to pay $500 million for walks?
You're going to pay him. You're going to pay him to walk more than he strikes out because he's disciplined, right? He doesn't chase anything. So he's like, all right, I'll just take the walk. But what is good is that you can't get him in. He doesn't even steal bases.
Right.
So what are you doing? I think it's also, I don't even think the Nationals necessarily need to trade him. Like, I know because they're talking about selling the team, right? The whole thing is they're talking about selling the team. So they're not going to pay him because there's going to be a new owner that's coming in, whoever that owner is. Why don't they just have him meet with whoever the new owner is first, and then he could decide whether he wants to be traded or not? I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't fucking know.
He's 23. Even if they rebuilt, he's 23. He has a better chance if he wants to win again, right? They have a better chance of rebuilding the whole team around him in the next 5 years, and then he's 28 and he's in his prime, than they do of trading him and rebuilding the entire organization. I think
it just comes down to money, right? I mean, he already turned down 440. How much higher?
Yeah, but but the thing is, that was only. I'm saying this sounds insane. I put this on Twitter.
It was only $500 million.
It was 20. It came out to $29 million a year, right?
Okay.
So if you think about it from his perspective, Anthony Rendon makes $36 million a year.
Right.
So why would I take $29 million?
Terrible.
If Anthony Rendon makes 36, I'm way better than Anthony Rendon. Like, this is, but I'm way better than Anthony Rendon. I'm way younger than Anthony Rendon. How come he's making $36 million and you're offering me 29? That's a slap in the face. I'd be like, trade me. I would do the same thing. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't think they need to trade him. He's a free agent after what, next season?
Who?
Soto.
Yeah.
I don't know. They either, if they're not going to re-sign him, then I guess now's the time to trade him because you can get more. But it's got to be a Lindor situation where he's going to sign a deal with the new team that you send him to.
Here's a question. Would you rather sign Juan Soto or Aaron Judge for the same contract?
I'd rather sign Juan Soto. He's younger by 7 years.
Juan Soto?
He's 7 years younger. Judge is 30.
Right. He's also playing the best baseball of anybody in major leagues right now. You could say that he's entering his prime. As long as he's healthy, it's not like he has a huge history with like terrible health ailments. He does have, I mean, the guy's fucking 6'7" or 6'6", whatever. He's, in the outfield. If he's in center field, you're putting him more at risk. But I mean,
you're talking about
the best player in the league right now.
But you're talking about getting 4 to 5 great years out of Judge as opposed to getting 10 or 11 out of Soto.
So would you rather get 4 to 5 to 6 great years out of Judge, or a decade out of Soto, which you don't know what you're getting? I mean, you're going to get obviously a great player, but like I said, if you're not building around him, if you have nobody to protect him in the lineup, he's going to walk and not produce anything. And it's it does nothing for your team.
But I get what you're saying. But like right now, also let's take into account if we're talking about lineups, like Judge has the Monstars around him right now. Is Judge going to still put up these numbers when Stanton and Rizzo and these guys aren't behind him?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he goes somewhere else, if he signs with the Giants, is he still putting up these numbers with Darren Ruff batting behind them?
True story, right?
So that's also what you got to look at if we're going to compare lineups. Like right now, if we're just like, I agree. I think the lineups around you matter, and people will tell you that you're wrong on that, which is the most heinous thing ever. Ask Rich Aurelia how his career turned out batting in front of Barry Bonds. Besides the point, I think you got to see, like, where does Judge sign? If you're going to tell me Judge is going to come sign with the Mets and he's going to hit in front of Pete Alonso, then yeah, I'm going to probably take Judge for
Sure.
4 to 5 great years as opposed to Soto. But if you're going to
Mhm.
tell me that he's going to go to the Pirates and he's going to bat in front of, I don't know, Joe Schmo, then I'm,
Brian
probably,
Hayes.
yeah, then I don't know.
Apparently, he has his career WAR is amazing for a 23-year-old. So says Earthboy on TikTok.
I don't care about his WAR. Okay,
I don't care.
I don't
WAR.
I don't care about his WAR. Okay, first of all, it's a made up stat. All right, I don't care what anybody says about WAR. I'm going to take this to the grave with me, and I'm going to die on this hill when it comes to WAR. Okay, it is based off of an average minor league baseball player. Okay, it's a made up stat. I don't need a stat to tell me that Aaron Judge is going to be 7 to 10 games better, or that Juan Soto is going to be 7 to 10 games better than an average minor league baseball player. I know that.
They
So
passed the eye test.
Right. Like, I already know that. I don't need all these numbers to be put together for you to tell me that I don't care. I do not care. Sorry. I know that guy was probably making a really nice comment, and I apologize I'm just getting really mad about that. We compare everything to the WAR, and
Steve
we don't
sounds like a Reds homer fan. What?
Did you just make that up?
I did. It's an inside joke. If you guys watch the show, there's people who rag on Steve about being fans of teams that he has no interest in. But Steve, that was good. I like that. I like that was a good 15 minutes pre-show about what's going on in baseball, right?
That's it. And now I can't wait for my third pick for everybody to tell me that I'm a Yankees fan as I'm sitting here wearing a Mets hat. But let's keep going.
Amen. First pick. We're getting right into it, fellers. Ladies and gentlemen, first pick. I am going with Twins and Brewers under 8. You can get that at minus 115 on points bet. Twins versus Brewers, we got Chris Archer. Guys, Chris Archer's advanced stats, not very good, which I thought was very surprising because if you look, he has a 1.6 ERA in the month of June. And the Yankees were in there. He faced some a pretty decent lineups, but a 1.6 ERA for an entire month. I think he had 5 starts.
This guy's like Houdini. I don't know.
I mean, am I wrong?
This guy's like Houdini. I don't know how. It's like they just hit missiles right at people. I don't know.
Corbin Burns, we all know what he does. He shoves. Okay, he's striking out batters over 30%, which if you don't know, or if you're scoring at home, thank you, Steve, is pretty good. Twins rank 5th. Brewers ranked 8th in the MLB in OPS. But in the last 2 weeks, that drops to 14th and 19th. So they're not hitting the ball as well over the past 2 weeks. Twins, of their last 10 games, this total has hit or gone over 9 times. 9 times out of the Twins' last 10 games. That's 90%, and I'm not a mathematician. But everything would say go to the over then, right? 90% of their last 10 games are going over this. But if you look at what Corbin Burns has done in June and July, 1.42 ERA in July, I can't see the Twins having as much success offensively against him, especially because he's consistently going 6 or 7 innings. Then you turn to that bullpen with the Brewers. So for me, I think 8 is a little bit high today. And this is a bet on Corbin Burns against this Twins offense, who is putting up a lot of runs. So I need Corbin Burns to kind of do his thing today and shove, maybe give up 2 tops, go 7 innings, turn to Hader in the 9th, and call it a day. What do you think on that, Steve?
I think it makes sense to go under here. If I'm betting on Corbin Burns, I'm also betting. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how Chris Archer has been doing this. I don't know how he's been doing it. He's Houdini when it comes to baseball here. But I expect him, even if he gives up like 5 or 6, I don't expect Burns to give up. I think he might give up 1, and he'll go deep into the games. Plus, the Brewers bullpen's good. I like this play. You're going against the grain because of, like you said, law of averages. They're not gonna go over this number at some point. Like, this is law of averages. Like, you got to go under here. I like that. I like the play, and the odds will tell you that because it's at minus 115. That's not like it's not like a crazy number. It's not like minus 105. It's not plus money. I think this is a play today.
Steve said it, guys. That's the first one. Twins, Brewers, under 8. Stevie, what do you got for me?
All right, we're starting the day, early baseball, with the Fathers. Padres, first 5, minus a half, plus 100. Today is plus money Wednesday. All my picks are plus money today. This probably moved. This probably moved. I got this early. Like I said, you get better odds earlier in the day. This probably moved a little bit, but I got it at plus 100. So the fathers have been a hot commodity on my board lately. This scares me a little bit because the Padres aren't awesome against left-handed pitching, but this Tigers offense is bottom of the barrel. And Yu Darvish, his last 7 starts, he's 4-1 with a 2.81 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, and the Tigers offense is terrible. They scored 12 runs on Monday night. I'm really not expecting them to score any today. On the other side, Tariq Skubal. You want to hear his last 7 starts?
Yes, please.
2-5, 6.08 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. Not good.
No.
Yes, he went 6 scoreless his last time out against Oakland. The A's and the Padres lineups aren't even comparable. They're not comparable. AAA team. I'm riding you, Darvish. I'm expecting the Fathers offense to get me at least 1 run. Fathers first 5 minus the half plus money this afternoon.
Man, I wish we had that Soldier Boy queued up. You! We should have freshman year college all over again.
Should have planned that better. We need a producer on this to give us some tips here with that.
Dude, that's an easy way. You Darvish, you're taking. You got to hit that, crank that Soldier Boy, right?
That's it. You got to hit. That's perfect. That's a perfect scenario that we blew. We blew that one. That's fine. Right. I'm sure we'll be taking him a lot over the next few months. He's been on fire. I saw him pitch. He pitched against Scherzer the other night. The Mets looked like they never swung a bat before.
You know what's good about this play too is the Tigers blew their load the other day, right? They scored, 12 runs.
12 runs. That's their quota for the week.
So that's not happening again for another week.
No, that's their quota for the week. They're just not good. They're like 28th. We've said it. They're 28th in OPS, like 28th in runs.
Yeah.
They're just not good. Darvish going to mow today. And I don't have to worry about it after the 5th inning. So I'm loving it.
Loving it. McDonald's. That's a plug for Mickey D's. Steve, I'm loving it. Second play for me. I like Astros minus 1.5 at minus 121. Why do I like that? All right. So these teams have faced each other 5 times in the last 10 games, right? Astros have lost 4 of those games, 3 of them by double digits. What? That's pretty bizarre. You would think it'd be opposite, right? Christian Javier, 12.42 K per 9 innings. So he strikes out a lot of batters. Astros rank 7th in RBIs this season against left-handed pitching, 13 in OPS. Cole Irving in his last 2 starts were against Houston. Only gave up 3 earned runs in 2 starts. So Cole Irving shoved. Gibby in a much needed bounce back today. Gibson, we got a Phillies play over here, my man. We'll touch on that in a second. Cole Irving kind of shoves his last 2 starts against Houston. A's, though, let's talk about, we just talked about how they are a AAA team. A's ranked 29th in OPS versus right-handed pitching this season, 28th in RBIs. So they're not hitting and they're not scoring any runs. Do I think the Astros are going to get swept by the AAA team? Athletics? No, I do not. Do I think Cole Irving is going to pitch the way that he has in his last 2 outings against this Astros lineup? I do not. For those reasons, Astros minus 1.5. Give it to me at minus 121.
There's no chance that the A's hang around in this game.
Get out of here.
So dude. Cole Irvin, like you said, he's been good against the Astros. He's had 2 starts against them, right?
Yes.
3rd time seeing him, they're a major league team. He's going to get rocked today.
Say your tagline, shellacked.
He's going to get shellacked today.
Yes, he is.
You could book it, write it down. I'm talking like 5 and like 1 2/3. All right. So I love this. You can't give major league hitters that many looks at a guy in a short amount of time. So I love this pick. I love this play. I got nothing else to say about it other than like
beautiful.
Let's rock.
It's already been said.
And I'm gonna stay out west. Little interleague matchup here. Another plus money play. Rockies first 5 money line plus 122. All right. So like I said, it's officially plus money Wednesday here at Daily Dingers. Here's what we know. We know that the White Sox aren't good against right-handed pitching. We also know that the Rockies mash the baseball at home. We also know that Antonio Senzatella, for some strange reason, pitches better at Coors Field than he does on the road. And finally, we know that Lucas Giolito's last 7 starts, he has a 6.87 ERA and has been very good. I hate the Rockies bullpen because it's unreal bad, but I like Senzatella in cores better than I like Giolito. I like the Rockies offense better than I like the White Sox offense, especially against right-handed pitching. I'm rolling Rockies first 5 money line plus 122. Incredible value here. Let's roll with this today.
Get in and get out. Giolito giving up runs to this Rockies lineup in the first 5 innings.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, this is just like, you got it. You're getting plus money on a team that they only really hit at home. Like, let's go. And also over the last 2, I did the last 7 days thing. The not that the Rockies have been like world beaters over the last 7 days. They've been a little bit better than the White Sox, but the White Sox are like 24th in offense over the last 7 days. So I'm really not worried about this one.
I like it. And anytime you can back Senzatella, got to put your nuts on the table.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's better at home. I don't know why. His ERA is better
plus
at home.
122 for a reason.
Right. So we're gonna, you know what? There baseball, a lot of weird things can happen, and like plus 122 for a team that plays better at home than they do on the road against a team that's not good against righties. Like, this is just a value play.
Right.
So
gotta put your big boy pants on and set your nuts on the table. And we're doing it on a Wednesday morning. And we got a lot of day baseball today, which is beautiful.
Tons of day baseball. The final game of the day is the night is at 7. So this is good. I'm sorry. You're in it. You're in it.
We're here. Yankees Mets. So I like Mets over 4 runs at minus 110. For the reasons Domingo Germán, wife beater, is making his second start of the season. Last outing, he got shelled by the Astros. As we know, good offensive team. 5 earned runs, 6 hits, and only 3 innings pitched. Guy coming for his second start of the season. You think I'm going to bet that he's going to shut down these Metsies? I don't think so. Mets put up runs against subpar pitching. Mets hit this total 5 of their last 10 games. That's 50%. That's a pick 'em. Either way, either or. 50-50. Mets rank 9th in RBIs versus right-handed pitchers, 9th in OPS versus right-handed pitchers. So for a guy who has had 1 start this season coming against a veteran squad, give me the Mets over 4. I like it early too. I like them to hit it early.
You know what? I don't hate this bet. I like the bet. I want the Mets to score. They should. The thing is, like, I don't trust them because they'll have a day like last night where, like, I didn't expect them to hit, right? Because they were facing a lefty. They struggle with left-handed pitching. They dominated last night. They dominated Montgomery. They just made him look like he should be in AAA. But that worries me about tonight. But also, the Subway Series games are weird. You could throw a lot of things out the window in this aspect because teams are jacked up. It's a little bit of a different feel. Maybe the Mets are more jacked up than the Yankees because we're the little brother. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I like this play. I kind of like the over tonight. I know Scherzer's on the mound. I'm going to go to my play. I'm taking the Yankees on the money line. First of all, the value at plus 152 is absolutely insane. You never get this. I'm fading the public hard on this one. Last night, everybody was on the Yankees. That line moved. The Yankees went from underdogs to minus 125 favorites last night. Everyone was on them. When they started the game with back-to-back home runs, I was like, there is no way the Mets are winning this game. I'm chalking it up. Let's get to tomorrow. There is a totally different feeling. Is a total 180 today. The Mets are heavy favorites. All the money's on the Mets. 73% of the money is on the Mets. 68% of the bets are on the Mets because Max Scherzer's pitching. But I'm fading this is a straight fade of the public. Like, I know we don't usually do this. We usually give you baseball stats and analytics to back it up, but I'm doing this one based on feel, based on the numbers. Feel in these series, whenever you in the Subway Series, whenever you expect a team to come out and win one of these games, it always goes the other way. It's just like these teams, you could feel it. There's like a disrespect thing. They feel slapped in the face. The Yankees got smoked last night. They made a lot of mistakes. I know Scherzer's pitching, and I'm not saying that the Mets, they might score like 5 or 6 runs. That we could be looking at like a 6-5 baseball game here.
You like the over too, you said.
Yeah, I like the over, which the over is only at 7. I think that's too low. I know. Yeah. Well, let me double check that.
It was. I saw that earlier.
Yeah, I think that's low, and
that's 7.5 right now on PointsBet.
Yeah, so it's going up a little bit. I still think that's too low. I like the Yankees tonight. I'm going the other way. This also could be known as a happiness hedge because I am a Mets fan, but like in these situations, I've seen this movie before. I'm going by feel. I've seen this movie. Every time you think one of these teams are going to come out and dominate, the opposite thing happens. I'm going Yankees money line plus 152, unparalleled value here. Also, like I said, we're fading the public.
Fade the public always. It's somebody said Marlins money line. Trying to see if there's against Cincinnati.
They're a dog tonight. The Reds are big favorites tonight.
I like that. Marlins money night from Stefan. I like that, Stefan. Just taking a look at what that line looks like. You said that they're heavy. The Reds are heavy favorites.
Yeah, the Reds this morning.
Yeah, minus 155. Marlins are plus 130. Marlins money line. That's something to look at too. I like that. Braxton Garrett.
I like it in a way, but like I feel like Castillo's going to shove tonight.
What about Reds against lefties?
They don't hit lefties well. So if you want to look at a first 5 under, that's probably a good call.
Let's see if
I think the first 5 under in that one was set at 3.5. I'm not positive. Let me look.
Reds are 19th against lefties.
Yeah, so not great. to say the least.
All right.
Let me see what that over under is of the first 5. I mean, also, what do we think of the early game starting very, very soon? The Phillies and Braves.
Right. We didn't have a play in that game because we got to get our graphics out, and we're going to go on Spaces in 13 minutes.
13 minutes. I didn't even know I was going on until, but now I'm on. That's what
I added it to your calendar.
You did. I got to get an assistant. I got to get an assistant to let me know about this stuff here.
You got to start. You got to. Nationals, Mets, Yanks over 7.5 or 7.5. See you at the cash counter. Nationals, Mets, Yanks over 7.5. So again, Steve, somebody agreeing with you on that Mets, Yankees over 7.5.
Who just said see you at the cash counter? I love that guy. Whoever
Missionary
that is.
Chad Brad.
That is hilarious. Actually,
it's a great name.
I do like one play in the early game.
Save it for Spaces.
All right, I'll save it for Spaces. Now you guys.
If you guys want his play, got to come over to Spaces.
Let's go.
Just to recap, Twins Brewers under 8, Astros minus 1.5, Mets over 4, the Fathers first 5 minus a half a run, Rockies first 5 money line, and then the Yankees money line plus 152. You're not going to find that value anytime else this season.
Oh, you okay over? You're right over there.
Oh my God, I'm so lightheaded right now.
You're right.
All right.
I think you need more mimosa.
I know I need to. That's why I said we got 12 minutes. I got to wrap all this shit up, and then we got to get over to Spaces with JJ taking the points. We're going to do a baseball Spaces, talk more baseball betting stuff. So if you guys want to listen, we're going to be on Twitter with JJ taking the points. Me and Steve, we're going to be talking more baseball betting stuff. Twitter Spaces, we want to hear from you guys as well. So be there. It's going to be interactive. You guys can come up and talk. Talk your shit. Give us your analysis. That's what it's all about. Build the community. Yeah. Steve, anything else?
No, let's make some money today.
I got to blow my nose and make another mimosa, okay?
There you go. All right. I got to make these graphics real quick.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Thanks.